You are now listening to Bothering the Band with Eric Jr. That's all you need to know. Stop everything you're doing. Yo.
Eric.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can turn on my camera because it's gonna look crazy though. This camera's horrible. Let's see. Let's see what's up. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't even work. Nice. It's all good.
Oh man, we want to see your face.
Hold on, hold on. I got this. I got this. How you guys doing? What's up? Good afternoon. You guys are in the same. We're all in the same time zone, right?
Yeah, we're all in the same state.
Yeah, right. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if Abby. I couldn't remember. I knew Ryan was in Florida, like North Florida. I forget. Abby, where are you from again? Where are you staying?
From Orlando, but I live near Melbourne on the beach.
Melbourne. Yeah, I feel so bad because like not feel bad, but like as a Miamian, everything outside of Miami is just like, oh, I guess that's North Florida. You know what I mean? It's just it's not.
I'm near where the Rockets come from.
The Houston Rockets.
No, don't be dumb.
Eric. So Eric, yeah, I hear you. You're in Miami. I'm like an hour north of you, so still like South Florida. You there?
Well, now we have visual but no audio.
He looks like he's like in at work right now. He's like working on it.
That couldn't have started off any worse. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm not nervous, so that kind of helped. That's so funny. All right, awesome. Hey, so
All right. All right. Everything okay?
yeah, I just died and came back. No big deal. It was funny before this, I meditated a little bit and I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm feeling kind of nervous. I haven't been nervous in a while. That's kind of cool. And I was like, all right, God, take my tongue. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm gonna assume that happened for a reason because now it's like, well, it can't get any, you know what I mean? It's only up from here.
No, well, yeah, yeah. That statement alone makes me nervous. So,
Nah, no, what you mean? How could you disappoint more than unless y'all crash and die too? Then it'd be a meme. It'd be, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, just we're rolling right now. So let's go for it. We were talking about how for the first time I think ever on the podcast, we're all not only in the same time zone but the same state. I'm like an hour north of Eric, and then Abby's 2 hours north of me. So this is wild.
Yeah. Florida boys, Florida people, Florida men and women connect. It's lit. So like from what I understand of non-Miamians, like isn't there kind of a stigma like Miami isn't part of Florida, like we aren't real Southerners, because we're all pretentious and stuck up and pretend like we're from LA and New York and don't embrace, you know what I mean?
I don't think, I mean, maybe a little bit, but I also don't think Florida is southern until you get to Tallahassee.
Makes sense. Okay. I always just assume because I make fun of everybody that's outside of Miami in general because I'm a little bit jealous. Like I have a lot of friends from New York that work at the Nike store I work at, and I'm always like copying their accent because I'm low key just very envious that they created hip hop and I can't say that I'm from there. Stuff like that.
Oh
No, I
man.
mean dead.
Um, I don't get that impression about Miami. I just don't like it because it's far and driving there sucks. Like when I tell people I live in South Florida, they're like, "Oh, Miami." I'm like, "No, I'm like an hour north, but it's an hour of like brutal driving. Like it's not like let's go to my like it's not cruise. It's like bumper to bumper, shoot yourself in the face, park in the ghetto, walk, through like like slutty club goers to go to like a Heat game. It's not for me.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I guess when you're used to it, you don't think about it, but I can't imagine a place like without traffic at this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, Florida's something special in general, like no matter what. It's like even like in my world, and I'm in the burbs, it's like everywhere is 30 minutes. That's
Mhm.
just what it is. Yeah, at least. You're like Publix, 30 minutes, even though it's like less than a mile down the road.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels here. I've the days where there are no traffic, like it's pretty much only Sunday mornings. I'm like, wait, so it really is only 15 minutes away to get to the beach. That's insane. It could be a
Yeah.
40-minute drive depending. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, well we're so happy to have you. We found you on Instagram. Your mission is working because it the algorithm gave you to us, and we just dug your vibe, the whole RPG thing. We loved, and so we're gonna start there. Tell the people about RPG, and then we'll get into some real dumb questions. So let's get the smart stuff out of the way, so we can get
I
into.
memorized the last thing that I spilled on me because it was this morning, so I'm like prepared just in case. I didn't study the movies though, but I remember seeing a list of those ones. I was like, it was so funny a couple months ago. But yeah, so RPG stands for real personal growth. I'm still kind of fleshing it out. Like probably a year from now, I'll have the perfect like succinct tagline and explain it well, but I'll do my best, which is just it's basically it's the way I look at life as if it's a video game where the main goal is to just achieve ultimate freedom through personal development. That's the best way I could explain it. And so obviously freedom isn't a destination that you get to. It's something that it's a state of mind, I guess, that you feel as you do what invokes that emotion. So I find that I feel the most free when I'm making music, when I'm working on myself, when I'm improving, when I'm I don't know, taking a loss and finding the gems in it, all those small things. And it all stems from RPG video games, which role playing games, right? Those are my favorite video games growing up, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, you name it. And so it's just a way of blending the two because I feel like personal development and like hustle culture can be so it's such a turn off for most people because it feels like, oh, grind, grind, grind. You're not nothing unless you're a rich millionaire, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to gamify it. I'm trying to find a way to blend it and have fun and bring it to a newer audience who might not be as familiar with it. So, yeah.
I think that's a super philosophy. And I think what you're leaving out is that you are also a super talented hip hop artist.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah, I make music.
Yeah, I mean that you have your mission, your RPG, your video game, like I said, mission is the word I keep going back to, but your tools
Right.
are is the music, the art, the creativity, that type of shit. I also want the freedom too, but I just want money so I don't have to do anything. Like I'm a simple boy. Just give me some money. I wouldn't even trade in my Subaru. I would keep that shit.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to push this Camry till it dies because God, I'm trying to pull up to the Grammys with it.
Oh man, that'd be so dope.
No, it's gonna
You'd
be
be the
epic.
talk of the town. Um, this kind of parlays into what Abby and I have. We have this thing we say a lot. If we get good news or bad news, we don't feel like working our day jobs like
Hmm.
at all. So
Hmm.
I don't know if this ever happens to you. You get something in the morning. It's just like you get like a shout out on Instagram or something from someone you admire, or something happens that's very good. You're like, man, I don't want to work the rest of the day. Or something bad happens, flat tire, some shit. Like, fuck, I don't want to work today. So it's, in essence, we just don't want to work. Do you feel this?
Well, I I I empathize with it, but I'm trying my best to not think that way anymore. So it's an interesting like I was rooted in that for so long, but nowadays I'm trying to be more I guess I don't know, embrace those like stoic principles of like there is no good or bad news. There's just the news and then the judgment of it is what creates the emotion that will either spur you on and or stunt your growth. So trying to be a little bit more stoic towards it, but I feel that. I feel that.
I love it. And I identify with the Stoic philosophy as well. I try to incorporate it, but we're gonna have some fun right now. Okay, first icebreaker dumb question. You've woken up as James Earl Jones. Now what?
Okay, I'm definitely saying a bunch of Darth Vader lines and trying to be as as what the
You prepared? You prepared for this, and we're throwing you so many curveballs.
yeah, way up. Okay, I'm calling up my girl and I'm just throwing her off crazy because I'm only gonna say things that I know, but in James Earl Jones voice. And then she's long distance too, so it's gonna freak her out. She's gonna be like, "How? What?" It's gonna be hilarious. And then maybe I'll oh, I'm recording. Of course. I'm definitely recording in James Earl Jones voice. I'm gonna probably just record the music first and then try to come up with like a concept because now my brain is so geared towards content. It's like, how can I create content in this way? So definitely like as much audio as possible, but in James Earl Jones' voice, maybe like some AI, like I don't know, something to be like, guys, AI just got incredible, or AI just got incredible. Like, you know what I mean? And do something like that. So probably content focused. Yeah.
Oh my God. Please use AI to have like a James Earl Jones intro to one of your next tracks.
Exactly. Yes, that'd be so good.
It's like Eric Jr. featuring James Earl Jones, or just give him a whole verse. Like, fuck it. Like,
Definitely getting the verse for sure. But it's just like because I don't know how I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna know how long it's gonna last, right? I'm assuming I just wake up and it's like that. I'm like, okay, let's assume this is for a day and someone's playing a trick on me.
mhm.
I need to maximize. I'm calling out of work with James Earl Jones' voice. That's gonna be hilarious by itself. I might have to email instead, and then we're recording just everything and anything I can think of. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you remember your dreams?
I remember my last dream, which was last night, which was basically I kind of hung out for like 30 minutes with this YouTuber who I learned audio engineering from. His name is Devon. Help me, Devon. By the way, if any musicians out there who are learning like producing and engineering, great YouTube channel to learn from. Help me, Devon. And he was kind of annoyed by me the whole time because I'm a generally like kind of chatty and like bubbly, energetic person. And you know how dreams go. I don't remember the gist of it, but I was just kind of trying to put him on, just be like, yo, like I love your stuff and like thank you so much. And like, can I learn from you? And like, can you teach me? He's like, yeah, bro, whatever. Let's go to the chicken spot. And then we went to like some weird chicken spot. There's like a convenience store. It was so random. So I don't generally remember all my dreams, but a few of them stand out. That was pretty random, but yeah.
Oh, it's not random. It's involves music and what you're into. It says a lot about you. And it also, if you were someone who's like, I never remember my dreams, that also says a lot about you. So these questions might seem random and silly and stupid, but depending on where your brain goes, it will say a lot about you. You know, you're like you said, the spill question, which is always an example we use to tell our future guests like how silly we can be. But like how you handle the spill, if you get mad or if you're like whatever, or if you continue on your day, if you change your pants, all that shit says something about your outlook on life.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever been to a check cashing store?
Hell no. The
No?
closest thing that reminds me of is when me and the homies were in high school and we were walking by a Checkers and a very sketchy guy pulled down their window. Some guy comes out and he goes, "Hey, you guys want to make some money? I just need you to deposit some checks at the Publix nearby." And one of my dumbass friends was actually about to go there. I'm like, "No, walk away, guys, right now." They're like, "Yo, but like, are you sure?" I'm like, "What is wrong with y'all? Did y'all not watch any movie ever?" So no.
That's like the original on the ground Nigerian
Yeah, like
email scam.
and I've been scammed before, but I'm not that dumb. But no, what is a cashing store? Is that real? Is that even a thing? I feel like my age is showing right now.
Yeah, it might be an age thing, but it's also for me growing up as a poor thing, you if you didn't have a bank account, like you couldn't cash a check or couldn't get your money, your cash, you know. I think a lot of it's different now with like the way money's handled. It's all digital and shit. But if you need the money, go to the check store. They take like 5% of it and they give you money right away. So you don't have to
Gotcha.
wait for it. Am I saying that right, Abby?
Yeah, the biggest difference is like because he's talking about going to Publix, and I don't know how it is with Publix now, but back in the day, they wouldn't cash something that was over like 300 or 400 bucks. So the check cashing stores would cash larger amount checks.
Interesting. And then you would generally have to wait, but they would let you get a little bit in the moment, is what you're
No,
saying?
they give you the whole thing right then, but they keep like 5%. But
Gotcha.
the other thing the check cashing stores do is give you money in advance of your payday. They give you payday loans, and then you end up having to give them your whole paycheck and then some to pay back that loan. But you got to take out a new loan in order to be able to do that. It just keeps going.
Right. So
Yeah.
before JG Wentworth, the
Yes, before exactly.
Man, that's gonna get stuck in my head.
oh yeah.
Okay, this is an important question. Okay, you have like a tub of butter, like a plastic thing of butter. You open it for the first time. It has the plastic seal on it, right?
Hmm.
You open the plastic seal. are you leaving a little bit attached so it flaps? Or are you taking the whole thing off and throwing it away?
Ah, no, I'm definitely leaving some attached. I don't think I've ever taken off the whole seal. I don't know why. What the heck? You just broke my brain. I've never thought of that, and now I'm gonna look at my butter and
Why leave the plastic on them?
no, you're right. It makes zero sense. But to be fair, you're also talking to someone who, for the first maybe like 16 years of my life, refrigerated cereal. So I just certain things we did just didn't make sense in retrospect.
What's the reason? Is there a reason?
My mom maybe thought that like bugs would get in there. I don't know, but like we did, but it wasn't even. But we didn't even have bugs like that though. And like at some point, I just stopped doing it, and nothing changed. Maybe well, she grew up in Haiti, so for her, it's like
Okay.
scarcity minds. Nothing can get spoiled. Everything in the fridge, powdered milk, which tastes better than regular milk. For those of you who don't know, powdered milk is
It's sweeter.
so good. Probably terrible for you. So good.
Oh man, we're having a good time.
Don't take the seal off of the butter. Oh my God.
Right? Isn't it weird? I mean,
I take it off.
yeah, you
Right,
got to take it off. It's
right.
wild. There's no point. It just you're gonna get butter under like right here on
And
your
then you
hand.
gotta like every time you like open it, then you gotta like deal with the thing. And
Yeah.
Those small things. That's so. Someone said, you question in general, you question everything you believe, except for those things that you truly believe. Those you never think to question at all. And that's one of those. Usually when I apply that, it's like big picture things, but it applies such a micro situation. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's such a pointless thing. And I mean, this goes to the stoic thing where it's like whatever makes you mad. If you're someone who gets like road rage, like someone I
Mm.
know, um, it's like but I'm in it, I'll wrap myself out. The littlest things make me mad. Like when I first moved to Florida, I didn't understand slides with socks. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what's the point of wearing flip-flops and socks? I just can't, I still can't wrap my head. You hear me getting heated.
Flip flops and slides are two different things, though.
I
Flip flop
know, but
is crazy. Slides with socks make sense.
but if you're gonna let your feet breathe, just let them breathe. If you're gonna go casual, go casual.
I feel you. I'm a 50-50. Depending on the day, I'll wear slides without socks or with them. So I feel you on that. The idea that like, someone will literally walk out the house without socks and slides and then be like, I can't let them see my toe. Like, you know what I mean? I could never.
Yeah.
Could never.
Oh man. This is a perfect segue. So you said you worked at a Nike store.
Currently, work.
Um, so if you're rocking, what if you saw me wearing Nikes with Adidas socks?
I'm 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 dapping you up and saying good for you.
Oh, okay, okay. So,
Because I used to wear Nikes with Adidas socks all throughout high school. I swear on my son. Like that, I would get made fun of for it all the time.
oh, okay, that's okay. So where I come from, it's a late land called the 90s. Like that was a no-no. Like you would get if you walk through the halls of your school and if you were rocking like Nikes and Adidas shirt or Reebok or whatever, everybody like, oh man, you can't rock like it would be soft teasing, but it's still like you'd be like, well, I can never do that again.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing at our Nike store too. I mean, it's like a casual joke too if anyone walks in with Adidas in general because it's an easy segue. Bro, we gotta get you on some, you know what I mean? But no, yeah, when I first started working there, all I had were Adidas socks. I was definitely wearing them with the long pants. And I don't know, I just love poking fun at like the same way I would never think about the butter thing. It's the same way I look at other people. I'm like, you really spent like 30 minutes thinking about how to dress for a job that you hate so that no one else would say something about you. Like those small things. And I think what was it? Someone said or maybe it was just a random thing I picked up where it was like, what would I do if no one else on the planet was around right now? Or like whenever I have a moment, if I have like mismatched socks by accident or like something just looks weird on me I think about changing it, I actively think to myself, or I try to, would I change this if no one else on the planet was going to see me? And if the answer is no, then I do my best to like fight against that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's I mean, you're dropping so much knowledge. You're almost too smart for this fucking podcast.
I'm sorry. It's so dope. I don't get to talk to people who are like actually good at having conversations. So I'm trying to find the balance of like staying quiet and letting you do your thing, but also it's so nice because it's like, oh wow, like I don't have to carry a conversation. What the heck? I can just let them do their thing. This is awesome.
Oh man, I love that we're in real time becoming best friends with Eric right now. I mean,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna keep going. Similar to the butter flippity flap thing. Have you, and this comes from Abby's mom, I feel like. Have you heard this thing about apples curbing caffeine?
Never. What?
Yes. Abby, explain.
It's not my mom. It was a friend of mine. I don't know. But she told me that if you drink too much caffeine, and you get all jittery and panicky, that you eat green apples will help counteract that.
Huh. No, I
It
never
could
heard of
very
that.
much be a old wives' tale, but
It's from that single wife, that person or whoever you talk to. That's the
yeah,
only thing.
she's the only one probably. It probably came from her mom though. And her mom's super old school.
I mean, there's a lot of knowledge in OGs, bro. They know something we don't. They've been around. I believe it. Even if it's not real too, placebos are. If a placebo works, it makes it real, right? So
Hmm.
shit, I'll take it. Green
100%.
apples and caffeine. Someone needs to do a double blind on that. We need to get to the bottom of this.
Let's do it.
I'll drink the
Solving problem.
caffeine.
Yeah,
She'll drink-
I'll do it too. I'll do it too.
For
I'll-
science.
I'll try red apples.
I get heart palpitation, so y'all have fun with that.
Okay.
I'll do the study.
Okay, yeah, you'll conduct it and post it. It's content. Here we go. Okay. Super. We got a couple rapid fire, very dumb questions. Eric Clapton or Eric Cartman?
Wait, hold on. What did Eric Clapton? What was Eric Clapton famous for before? Again, just before.
He's a musician, a guitar, very famous guitar player from the 60s, 70s. Blah, he wrote a very famous song called Layla.
We're definitely going Cartman then, because
Okay.
musicians are rated.
Okay. Here, this is going to test some knowledge here. Eric Sermon or Eric B of Eric B and Rakim?
Damn. Okay, that's actually tough. I'm going. Okay, I'm going Sermon just because I'm pretty sure he produced Muddy Waters by Redman. Redman.
Redman.
There was a joke he made about that. He was like, "White people call me Redman. My homies call me Redman." I'm going Eric Sermon. Oh, that's so tough because like, oh, Paid in Full is so good.
It's very tough.
Whatever. All right,
It's
yeah,
very tough.
Sermon.
Okay. Damon Wayans Jr. or Cuba Gooding Jr.?
I'm going Cuba. I'm going Cuba.
Going Cuba. Okay. Okay.
It's funny, but Cuba, man,
It's because of that movie with the dogs and the snow and the whatever, right?
probably. 'Cause I
It's
remember
called
those
Snow
heartfelt,
Dogs.
yeah, those heartfelt moments.
Okay. Have you ever been to a Carl's Jr. or a Hardee's? Because they're the same depending on where you're at.
Hell no, that shit look like ass, boy. I be seeing them commercials. I'm like, ain't no way, bro. If y'all, I'll eat Checkers. That's like the worst fast food I'll eat. But Carl's and Hardee's, hell no.
Man, I haven't had Checkers in so long. And there's a Checkers by me, and it always says it's open, but I never see one automobile in the drive-through.
Yeah, I
So it's
mean the
just
service is
I'm not
terrible.
I can't do it.
But have y'all had Carl's and Hardee's?
Hardee's when I was a kid, probably.
All right, my bad. This is rapid fire. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Have you ever okay. Uh have you ever had In-N-Out Burger? Let's just go through all of our favorite.
No, never had any.
What's your favorite fast food place?
Wendy's.
Okay.
Five Guys count. Say Five Guys, but I feel like that's a little too high tier, so I'm going Wendy's.
That's like casual dining, fast food is like drive through, Checkers, Wendy's, that shit. But I mean, for the first time on the podcast, we don't have any wrong answers. However, that is the wrong answer. It's Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is mid, bro.
No,
Everyone
dude,
is
you crazy,
okay.
bro.
Okay, it's not mid. It's just overhyped, bro. And what's fire is the Wendy's I go to is right next to Taco Bell. So while all the plebs are going to Taco Bell and the line is long as hell, and y'all are waiting high as fuck at 4 a.m., I get to go to Wendy's and there's no line and it's chilling, and they have fries.
So does Taco Bell.
Nacho fries.
Oh yeah, no, get them
They're
out of here.
gross.
Get
They're
'em out.
bad.
Uh,
It's cool. The breakfast crunch wrap is probably the best thing, but
okay. Well, here's another like status question. Do you know who Big L is?
of course, lifestyles the poet and dangerous. Am I allowed to curse on here, by the
Ooh. Yes, of
way?
course.
Yeah, lifestyles for sure. Yeah. No, I
Oh my
studied this.
goodness. Okay, so we
Nobody
don't
knows
no
that.
no one. So we don't get to talk about this often, but he's my favorite of all time, my favorite MC. And I firmly believe that he would have been like Jay-Z level had he lived, because he's just the dopest dude ever and had the swagger and shit like that. So thank you. Everyone who's listening who doesn't know Big L, go listen to Put It On right now. It's one of the songs I listen to before if I'm like nervous or have to do perform or anything like that. That's one of like 3 songs I'll put on before I go on stage. Just put it on. But
Yeah, nah, he's you know, I feel like if he didn't end up being the Jay-Z status, he could have hit that like MF Doom kind of lane where it's like everyone does
yeah,
like he's your rapper's favorite rapper, you know what I mean? Yeah.
indeed, indeed. Okay, how do you feel about Taylor Swift?
Drake had a line recently where he said Taylor Swift is the only nigga I respect. And I think that sums it up so well because whether you like her music or not, you can't deny that she's just a force in the industry. I don't listen to her music. I have a friend who tries to put me on here and there, but I'm just a fan of hardworking people in general. So I mess with probably as a person I wouldn't like her. I doubt I would want to be her friend. It sounds like she's a somewhat toxic and you know what I mean, like the relationships and everything. But hey man, you don't get to that place in life by you know what I mean, unless you're extraordinary, unless you're incredible. Like she is like she might be the biggest artist on the planet, right? It's her, Drake, and maybe what like Bad Bunny, maybe. Like I don't know. It's that's insane. That's insane to me.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta put Beyonce up there too. No, she's got the
I
movie out
agree.
and
No,
shit.
I agree. Beyonce is phenomenal, but she doesn't compete with the three of them on that level.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I'm very much in my own niche when it comes to music. I don't know what like the landscape is, but just Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift, dude. Like you know her name before you know anything about her. That's anyone who achieves that echelon is nothing but praise. I can't say anything bad about it.
That's a really good answer, and you're 100% right. I'm gonna use that Drake quote word for word when I'm on like a work call, and someone's like, "Ryan, what do you think about Taylor Swift?" And then HR is gonna come in. It's gonna be a whole thing.
It's okay as long as you have James Earl Jones' voice, they won't know you'll be able to let it slide. Like
That makes it even worse somehow coming from me.
use the AI changer, you feel me? And then they'll be like, no, 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 I was just playing like a clip. That wasn't even me. Like I
Okay, somehow this works out perfectly. Eric, what's the whitest thing you do?
Widest thing I do. Hmm, let me think. Oh, listen to not just listen to, sing egregiously out loud Zach Bryan and Noah Khan pretty much every day. Like it's not even funny. Like I love them like ridiculous like every day. Like in the car. You know what it was? There was a moment I was hanging out at this like little spot nearby at work, whatever, and I saw some girl in her little minivan or whatever pulling up to park. She's blasting Noah Khan, and I'm just like, yo, I love that song, blah blah. I don't know, but I don't know who it is at the time. Like, you see the car, she walks out, the whitest girl of white girls I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my entire life, and I'm just like, I have to own that. I have to just own that because like I was jamming out too.
That's a really good answer too, and it's perfect music answer. I like his tunes too, but I'm like a old white guy. He's like, I don't know. Would you agree with this? He's like the Dave Matthews of like now.
Are you referring to Zach Bryan or Noah Khan though?
I don't know. So Noah Khan,
Oh, okay.
but like he's just so big in like the like college age bracket, Abercrombie bracket.
How do you know that?
I'm on the internet. I'm on MySpace. I know things.
You know more than I do.
Sure.
I just hang out at FAU a lot.
I don't. I wonder. I didn't know he was super huge with college. I imagine it's always just like I don't know, like teens and like high school girls who are like, "Oh my God, no, what God, that song about your girl is so good."
Yeah. He was just on SNL. I didn't watch it, but I think that's a big milestone for anyone in their career.
That's sick. I mean, I don't know. He just makes great music, and
I agree. I agree. I agree. It's, I'm a sucker for it. Okay. Do you know anyone with a scorpion tattoo?
no, no, I couldn't say off the top of my head. I don't think so. Why?
I
Like you
just
have a score? I
no,
do now,
no.
I guess.
Well, you have to now. Uh, Abby, do you know anyone with a scorpion tattoo?
No. Why?
Think
Yo,
about
Abby's
it.
just as confused. Wait, y'all didn't confirm this? Well,
Okay, I'll explain where this comes from. One, it is if you had one or if you knew someone. Again, it says a lot. All these questions are trying to do is get you to tell stories. So if this one doesn't, it's okay, guys. No need to beat up on me. Uh, but also, if you did, how close you are to this person, it'd be wild if you're like, oh yeah, my mom has one on her neck or something like that shit. You
right.
know?
Okay, copy. That's so specific though. Why does
I that was
Scorpion?
my take. That's where I was
Wait.
coming from. Why the scorpion?
I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm gonna just throw this out. I think it's a level of like it's a choice to get a scorpion tattoo. That's a hard choice.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yes, my mind immediately goes to I'm thinking of the Drake album Scorpion, and I'm thinking of the parable of the scorpion and the frog, I think it was or whatever. That's
Hmm.
what comes to mind.
I mean, I guess there's a lot of choices, tattoos that are choices.
Yeah, right, right.
Like, you know, do you know anyone with a Ghostbusters tattoo?
I
You're
do. I do.
taking the L on this front.
Okay. Where do you sit when you're watching television?
I don't watch. I sit right here, like, but with my posture probably like really messed up and like super. You know what I mean? For anyone who's listening
Yeah.
right now, my back is super cricked, and I'm like twisted, maybe 45 degrees to the left, and it doesn't look comfortable. But this is how I watch stuff on my computer.
And what are you into right now? Any shows?
Just really like anime. I'll try to
Okay.
catch an episode here. Manga. I haven't really watched like, what's the last? If I did I watch Netflix or anything? I don't think I've watched a real show in a very, very long time. Yeah. So I've actually somehow over the past year started actually enjoying making content to the point where it's like I almost kind of look forward to it. The show is my life now, which is really pretentious, but it's nice because it makes me enjoy work. But as far as regular shows, no. I think the last show I watched that I can remember really enjoying was probably Ozark when it like season one though, like mad long ago. Uh, I don't know if I can think of much past that. Yeah.
Okay. You should stretch though. Make sure you stretch because when you're sitting like that, you're gonna blink and you're 35, and then you're like, "Why does my back hurt all the time?" It's because of that shit.
Facts. Facts. No, I felt it the other day. My friend who's 18, he was like, "Oh, you're starting to feel it, huh?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I've had back pain since I was like 13, man." I'm like, "Oh God, never mind, never mind." Posture, posture.
Okay,
Can't be
so
like that.
I will say, as someone who is has some years experience, and I don't ever want to be ageist, that whatever that back pain that guy feels is nothing compared to what it is. Like that's just like because you did too many somersaults or some shit.
Right,
Not
right.
not just because you washed your hair and turned like a slight way, and then you're like fucked for the day.
No, yeah, I'm very big on fitness and like physical therapy. I'm gonna get back on my stretching and working out soon for sure. Probably tonight.
Good for you. Do you work out? Do you play sports? Do you do anything like that?
Yeah, well I just recently did the 75 hard program. I only got to day 68 though. I was so close and I freaking failed. I forgot to eat a peanut butter sandwich on some stupid shit, but just in general, I it just it literally just improves everything in your life. There's like almost no reason not to work out. And if you don't have time to do it, it's because you're trying to do other things and those other things would take less time if you just worked out. So I just try to like remember it's that important. It really is that important.
I do agree with you, and I feel better every time I do it. It's definitely changes your mood and all that shit. However, it sucks. It sucks working
Yeah, yeah,
out,
no.
running. It's the worst.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. That's why you do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if it would be easy, then Okay, you're getting ready for the day. You're getting ready to go out, actually, or no, whatever. We're gonna restart. You're getting ready. You put on a fresh fit. You look in the mirror. You like it. Do you save it? Have you ever put on something fresh and liked it and like I need to save this for another day and then changed?
Oh, wow. Hell no.
Really?
Ah, dude, because I mean, one, because I barely go out,
Okay.
and two, because I have no issue recycling fits.
Okay.
And three just because I don't know. What's the word I'm trying to look for? Or the way I'm trying to explain it. I don't know. It's just something I don't really think about, to be honest. Like I've never really, I've never found any validation or like I don't want to make it sound like way more fucking deep than it is, but like you know how some people really genuinely feel so good when they get a haircut and they feel fresh, or like when they wear some really fresh clothing. Like I feel good knowing that I did something that was difficult or like I overcame something personally. Like wearing a nice fit for me really like sometimes I'll feel good about it, but I mean I don't know. I just it's not the same. It's not the same.
Okay. That's fair. Like that's enviable to most people because I feel like if I put, I mean, I wear the same thing every day. It's like jeans and a t-shirt. But if you put on something cool, or like this comes from me putting on a t-shirt, and be like, I like this one, it fits well, and I took it off and I saved
Right, right.
it.
I'm recycling. I'm recycling hella, hella. You're gonna see me in the same flannel. I have this one flannel I freaking love, and I would, yeah, no. Plus,
Well,
yeah.
you go.
I was gonna say, plus, I try to live in the 5 years from now when I can buy whatever I want. I'm never gonna wear the same thing. My closet's never gonna have any black in it. It's gonna be all colorful, and I'm gonna buy whatever I want. Like, it's kind of a toxic mindset because it's like, yeah, but you're not living in the moment. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm just figuring it out, I guess. So yeah.
I just hate doing laundry. So it's like you can get a couple wears out of a flannel though. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Okay, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Uh, okay, I'm going pterodactyl just because I recently made a song where I figured out where I was able to use it in a line and it sounds super good. And because one of my favorite bars from JI is from JID, is one of my favorite rappers. And he said something about like smoking weed and telling the judge you won't need to see my pee just like a pterodactyl. And it was just such a like a goated line. A lot of people remember him for it. Pterodactyl. Because it's
Oh,
spelled
nice.
funny.
It is spelled funny.
Yeah. Don't ask me to spell
I know the first two. I got the first two.
it. That's all I know. Ter. No, no,
Uh,
no.
it's like you could do something with like Fat Joe, like Terror Squad, Pterodactyl. I don't know. Abby, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Pterodactyl.
Yours is
Hey.
too?
I like the flying. I
Whoa.
like the
Okay,
flying.
cool.
I also like the really, bad part in the third Jurassic Park where it's like flying away with the people and it's good. It's good.
It's so scary to think about. Dinosaurs in general or just not being the apex predator is scary, but a flying apex predator? Are you kidding me right now?
Or like in the new one when Jimmy Buffett was like hiding from them at the Margaritaville. Come on. Best cameo ever.
I wish there were dinosaurs. I wish we had to deal with that. It would take a little bit of load off, only getting like 25 likes on a post. You'd be like, okay, I can deal with that because I got to deal with pterodactyls on a Tuesday.
It would definitely unite the world. I agree on that front. I agree.
Yeah, if aliens attacked, we'd all get along for a week and a half, Then we'd be pissed about how we handle it, but
We, yeah, we could have made a way better deal. We gave them 50% of our resources. Come on, you can't.
Oh goodness, this is fun. Okay, Eric, if you could collaborate with any artist right this second, who would you collaborate with? Who would you want to feature with?
I don't know why the first thing I thought was my future self. That's so fucked up. Um, who would I want to collaborate right now? Probably a producer, so that way I don't have to make my own beats. Who am I? Or well, no, let me go rapper. Russ for sure, Russ, because we would make great music, and because he would just give me so many gems on like on a life perspective, and because I realized like a lot of my favorite rappers, I wouldn't probably want to meet them or like make music with them. Maybe because I'm intimidated, but also just because it's like Kendrick doesn't seem like a fun person to be around unless you're one of his friends. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna open up to you. He's gonna be very weird and alien and like, oh, what's up? So like you do this rapping thing, huh? You one of my sons, huh? Like what's up? Like what you like, you know what I mean? Like I want to be around people who make me feel good. And like a lot of those big, really like big people who are great are just really messed up in the head and it probably wouldn't make for a fun time. So I'm going Russ. He seems like he would be a bit more chill and like he's a great at music, obviously too, but he's very much so what I model my like life after in terms of like how I want to build my fan base and stuff like that. Um, So I would just gain a lot from that. Yeah. Shout out Russ.
Yeah, that's another good answer. And I feel you on especially good example with Kendrick because you're right. You're in a room and if you brought your energy up and he was like, that's cool. You'd be like, you'd have to bring yours down. You'd be like, you'd be so in your head about how to act. And you seem like have similar sensibilities to us where it's like uh we feed off the energy and of course that so I mean we all have friends who are kind of like the more mellow or the more sad bastards like and you're like oh man I just don't have it with you today so yeah good answer
Thank you.
yeah
Great question.
okay what's your belly button situation.
Yo, fuck you. What the Yo, what the fuck? Okay. Let me check. Hold on. Okay, I'm still in any. I'm still just
Okay,
I'm a regular any.
it's so funny.
Oh,
Well, we'll need a photo to post on social media when this
no,
episode
absolutely
drops.
not.
That's the cover of his next album. It's
No, that's creepy.
Pterodactyls, and it's Eric's belly button. Oh, it's
Yo,
so
you're
funny.
hilarious, bro. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Thank you for having fun with that. That comes directly from my daughter, who literally like a week ago, I told Abby this. I was like, "Who can we ask this question to?" My daughter goes, "Daddy, you got a really deep belly button," and I'm never self conscious until like that moment. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry," like fucking, like,
Yeah. Yo,
what am I
kids will tell you the truth, man. They'll fuck up your perspective real quick.
supposed?
Oh man.
Oh man, that's fun. Okay, so what is the last thing you spilled on yourself? Out of curiosity.
Well, I spilled protein shake on myself every single day. Technically, I spilled water today, and then afterwards, it's funny because I spilled the water because my mom distracted me. I was like in the kitchen real quick, filled up some water. My mom's like, "Yo, can you put some toast in the toaster for me? I'll get it later." I'm like, "All right, cool." And then I kind of like put the water down, and I was like frazzled, and then it spilled. And I was like, "Fuck!" Clean up the water. I put the toast in the toaster. Go to my room. 20 minutes goes by. There's smoke, smelling it crazy. I walk outside. The whole living room is smoked up. I'm like, "What the fuck happened?" See my mom with like a window like half open. Like I'm like, "Mama, you gotta open up more than that. What's going on?" I'm like, "Did you forget that?" It was crazy. Yeah, the firefighters came. It literally just happened this morning. It was insane.
Are you serious? Firefighters came?
Well, they came to the building, like we could hear the sirens, just because it's a condo. So like as soon as the fire alarm goes off, they immediately come. And then the building manager like saw that it was like our unit or whatever. They knock on the door and we're like, it was just a toaster. We're so sorry. And they're like, all right, all right, all right.
Wow, that's no joke. Holy
What a good
shit.
fire alarm.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Quick, quick. My mom is so funny though because like again, scarcity mindset. She's like, we can't get kicked out. What are you doing? Don't open the door, man. Just open up a window. I'm like, what do you mean? Open the door. I'm gonna die. What the? It was it was insane.
Well, shout out to your mom. She's a big listener.
Yeah, you're funny, bro.
Oh man, again, direct feed off of you. You have a good laugh, so it's fun to like anyone with a good laugh. It's real fun to make him laugh. Eric, do you follow us on Instagram?
No, I used to follow zero people, and then
I
I was
know
like,
now
okay,
you bumped it up to 12, and we want to
yeah,
be 13, dude.
yeah, I can make it 13. Only one podcast. I'm thinking about. I was actually thinking about going back to zero because every time, because I followed like I was at like five people, and then one of my freaking friends hit me up like, "So you followed them, but not me?" And I was like,
Oh
"God damn!
yeah, yeah. I think you.
If I don't interact with the post, then your algorithm's gonna get cooked."
I don't know how that shit works, man. We just want people to hear you. That's it.
Well, I mean, after this, definitely, I'm blasting it. It's gonna be fun when it comes out.
Absolutely. So this brings me to well, everyone follow Eric. It's EJRPG, right? EJRPG all together.
So happy that that worked. I made it small, simple on purpose, and it. Yes.
It's really cool that you got those that simple domain or handle.
And the domain too. We got ejrpg.com,
Oh shit, that's great. Good for you.
which also
Um,
where y'all can go if you like this podcast and want to see it on my thing and ejrpg.com. Wink.
I love it. So what's next for Eric Jr.?
So right now we're in. Is this phase one? Yeah. So right now we're in phase one of my three-phase plan of world domination, as we all have, I'm assuming. But phase one is basically just winning your hearts. So I'm trying my best to just give as much overt value as possible, like just crazy amounts of value. Um, the main leading point is everything's leading up to RPG Volume One, which is the album I'm dropping very soon, and everything basically surrounding that. So I'm just learning as much as possible and taking you guys along for the journey. But RPG Volume One, that's what you should look out for. No, I had so many different dates, but I'm taking my time with it. Probably February, but Lord knows, man. Lord knows. Well, it's coming out in January, then I'll have some new music out by then. Probably a song called Trust, which is my best song and might be my best song for a while. It's one of my favorite songs ever. So that's what I would lead to at the moment, probably.
Well, we love your songs, and I have to say is how I have a bunch of friends who we're big hip hop fans, but we're like snobby hip hop fans, and we're old and we're stupid. And however, I literally shared this with a bunch of people, your Spotify with a bunch of people, and I was like, he actually makes real hip hop. It's not like hip hop today. He has flow and skill and like and so you got a big endorsement from us. And that's no joke. That's no bullshit. You got something going, man. So we're big fans and we'll support you in your as long as when you take over the world, you can just like, let us help you or something, give us a job.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing with that because it's funny how it's like I guess from the outside, which is it's a great optic, right? It looks like I know what I'm doing, but I literally don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't know. It's like when I say that, people almost get mad at me because they're like, well, if you don't know what you're doing, then what the fuck do I look like? Because obviously blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just it's tough. So I say that to say it's funny because other people have asked me, like random fans or whatever, will be like, I don't know, I live in Australia and like I make edits. Like if you need something, let me know. It's like I wish I knew how to direct you, but I don't even know what I need right now sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's so weird. So it's definitely still that building stage of like once I have the framework, then it's like, okay, I need this, I need that. Okay, if I'm gonna have you, this is exactly what you do. I don't want to bring anyone in until I have that confidence. Um, so but it's such a weird like, managing it all. It's fun. It's fun though. It's super fun. So thank you for even wanting to be a part of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the whole goal of this is one to befriend people we like, musicians we like. And then two is this similar to what you're doing. It's like is to turn our creativity into freedom. And something I do as a writer, I what you should tell these people who reach out to you is they should just present themselves as like a tool. And they're in the toolbox ready to be used. And this is how I do it when I contact people for my like writing, copywriting, all that shit. I say, I'm a writer. Just keep me in mind if you ever need words. That's it. And it's a soft approach, shit like that too. So I feel you. Parallel lives, parallel lines. Big question here. If you could bother anyone, any musician, live or dead, who would you bother and what would you ask them?
If I could bother any musician, live or dead, who would I bother and what would I ask them?
And this includes performers, rappers, artists
I,
like that.
I'm going Gershwin just because he made Rhapsody in Blue, and that is my favorite piece of music just in general. There's one specific recording on Spotify that's like so good. But I'm just gonna ask him because like to me, when I make something of that caliber, that's gonna be a big like, I could maybe retire happy now, quote unquote, like question mark. You know what I mean? So asking someone who has done something like that, okay, obviously maybe what did it take to get there, or like what did it feel like when you got there, or like what led up to that moment? Like, am I overthinking it? Was it worth it? What happened? Like, just everything surrounding that piece. Because I'm pretty sure, from what I know, like I'm probably looking at things in the wrong way because everyone looks at things in the wrong way to get to a certain point, and then once you get to that point, you kind of have to completely shift your focus. So, just getting all the things that I don't asking him, what do I not even know to ask you? What would you not even think that would, you know what I mean? That type of stuff.
Yeah.
That was a lot of word soup.
No, that makes you're speaking our language, and that's a great pool. That is definitely unique. First, I love it.
No, I think that was fabulous. I think it's one of the better answers we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Have y'all heard Rhapsody in Blue? Like,
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, of course. My like, I don't know if you saw our faces when you said it.
Right,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah. I was like,
stopped in our tracks. Eric, I have a feeling we're gonna look Abby, myself, we're gonna look back on this in a couple years or however long, and we're gonna see you like on a fucking billboard or something, or we're gonna see you at the Grammys, and we're like, we interviewed that guy. We asked him about his belly button.
Facts. He did ask. That did happen. This is documented now. This is so epic. So epic.
I'm gonna like
And
elbow my daughter and be like, his favorite dinosaur is a pterodactyl.
I know that. No, this is epic. I mean, I'm all, like I said, I'm all about the journey and like always, looking back and leaving breadcrumbs for people years down the line. So like, this is only my second, I don't know, interview podcast, like whatever you want to call it. The first one was like a local one from some Miami cats. So it's so dope to be able to like have those fun moments. And I don't know, it's just like I feel like you always hear about everyone's first interviews or first things are like people just brush you off and they don't care and it's like whatever, whatever. It's always super not fun, but it's like there's moments like these where you're like, damn, this is what I do it for. Having great conversations with great people who appreciate what I do and obviously put so much time and effort and energy and passion into what they do, and then it all like it mixes together. You create something beautiful for the world to enjoy. It's life is great sometimes, man. God is good.
And on that note, now I don't want to work for the rest of the day because this is so much fun. Also, it's all downhill from here, man, because I feel like, I can't speak for everyone, but most interviews are like boring and ours are fun. So you're gonna be like, wait, they're not all asking me about dinosaurs and belly buttons.
No, y'all set the bar way too high. That's a fact.
This has been so much fun, man. That's our program, but don't go anywhere.
I'll be here.
I appreciate y'all patience, man. I promise this shit gonna be worth it. Thank you. Let's have some fun. Back in this bitch. Yeah, I'm back in this bitch. Yeah. I'm back in this bitch, I've been cooking and classic. Studying tactics, RPG, that be the faction. King of this rap shit. And shout out my city, I know I've been missing in action. But it's cool, I still smell the roses. Shout out Ozzy, Rashid, Dylan, and Lotus. But you know who the GOAT is. They been waiting for a nigga to drop like summer weather when the temperature's high. I'm sunning every nigga under the sun. As soon as I drop volume 1, yeah, I had to block a few bums, cause they was taking my energy. Just cause you lost me as a friend don't mean that you can't a new enemy. Should be a matter of time, and shall it be? I'ma be everything that I should be. I'm just living la vida, la shall I be. Had a combo with God and you said to me, if you're ready, you better prove it. Reaching out to heaven, feeling hella stupid. I had everything I need but never knew it. Now I'm growing through it. RPG.